Good kid. Good kid. All right. Let's see what all we have here. What all we have here. So we got some things here. I have some of you guys are saying you cannot access this document. You have to be logged into your Uplift account to access it. So some of you guys are like, oh, I can't write on this. Make sure that when you're logged into Google, you're on your Summit Google account, your Uplift account. You'll be able to open it. The permissions are there for you. So let's see what we have so far. We're on what? Wow. You guys are on number 6. And then I'll go over these, and then we'll come back. Hopefully we'll come back if we have time and see whether this is right or wrong. If you guys, we'll stop you guys at 9:58. Let's say 9:58. 9:58. So we got about a minute and a half. Let you guys fill this in. You guys are skipping 7, 4, 7. So we got Navi. Let's see. Guess I could take attendance real quick and see. I love how many of you guys are here today. It makes me so happy to see this many kids. And you guys know that you guys are my favorite class, right? Right? You guys know this? Okay, so there's one person saying they don't know that yet. That's okay. You can watch today. And maybe I can send you this document if you'll, there's another document that I'm going to use later, and I'll see you, when you try to get on, I'll give you permission. Okay, let's stop. Well, you can finish writing if you want to, but let's see what you guys have so far. So what do you know? A process, I know that photosynthesis is the way that plants make their own food using the sun. Excellent. Plants use this process to transform light to energy. Okay, so light to energy. Is light already energy? That's another question. It happens in plants, and the system includes chloroplasts. Okay. The process when plants use sunlight to synthesize with carbon dioxide. Synthesize what? That's a good statement, but what are they actually synthesizing? That's a good one. What plants use? Okay. I think the plants, when in the process to make sugar and glucose. Oh, that kind of right over here gets to this part. So what are we synthesizing? Well, we're synthesizing sugars and glucose. Plants use this to make their own food. It deals with plants and how they make their own food. They use glucose and make ATP and oxygen. It involves the pigment chlorophyll. So you guys do know quite a bit. Somebody's adding an 11th point. So we're going to come back. I do appreciate that you guys jumped in. You know where to go today whenever we start doing some more work. I have a PowerPoint. I can see, it looks like Emma is the only person I can see at this point. Can you just give me a thumbs up? Does it say photosynthesis? It does not say photosynthesis on your page. All right, so let me try this again. It should say photosynthesis to you now. I'm talking about, I'm projecting a PowerPoint. Well, let's go to another person because, let's see. Zion is another person I see. Zion, do you see a PowerPoint that says photosynthesis on it? Yes and yes. Yes and yes. Okay, I've got several people saying yes, they see this. So I'm not sure what you're seeing, kid, but it looks like most people can actually see this. So I'm going to start chugging right along. Everybody says, Jalen says yes. Everybody's saying yes. Okie doke. So drop any facts. We've already done this part. Now, just a reminder, if you just came in late, if you are going to take the retake, you need to come in tomorrow at 3 o'clock, come into the same link, and then that's going to be the biomolecular enzyme quiz. There's been a lot of people asking me about that, so I just want to make sure that you guys know where to go to get that. So we're going to do, we're going to cover some information about photosynthesis, and then we're going to get told to shut up by Jennifer if I go too long. So I'm going to try to hurry because I don't want to listen to that kid make fun of me. So it is the process that's going to feed the biosphere. And why is we would feed the biosphere? The biosphere is the Earth. Is it's going to be the base of the food chain. So all that you've ever eaten in your entire life has come from the sun. The energies originally come from the sun. Now I've got a new word here, and it says converts. So I want to know, what is a good synonym? What is another word that means convert? And you can drop in the chat or you can just speak. What is a word that means convert? If I want to use another word, ooh, good. Ooh, keep it up. I've got 2 good ones. Keep it up. Don't send it to me privately. Send it to everyone. Don't hold this knowledge to yourself. Don't know. Give it to everybody. Oh, yes. Thank you, Navi. Thank you, Epps. Thank you, Isosa. Thank you, Kennedy. Yes, so change, transform, those are good words. So it's not that we're going to get rid of energy, it's that we're just transforming it, that we're changing it in from one form to another form. So in this case, we're taking solar energy, solar meaning coming from the sun, so is sun in Espanol, so solar energy, sun energy, and we're going to convert it to chemical energy, the kind of energy that you would eat. That is what the word convert would mean. So we're going to be doing some conversions here. So a new word for you guys is probably this word. Actually, it's not. I think I saw it as an 8th grade word. Is autotroph. There's a lot of different ways to say autotroph. One of them is producers. So it's going to be a way to produce something, to basically turning something almost out of nothing, not exactly out of nothing, but to take different things and put them together to produce something. So if I'm going to produce an essay, I'm going to take paper, pen, and my brain and make words into a semblance of an essay. You're going to produce something. So they're producers. Everything you have ever eaten in your life has originally come from this process. It's the basis of the food chain. It's the origination of the food chain. Everything you've ever eaten, I promise. I will give it. If you can argue that that is not the case, well, I'll give you 100 on every assignment for the rest of the year, and you guys can go take that to the bank, never come back to class. If you can find a rule that breaks this rule, or an example that breaks this rule. You won't find one, but you can try. So let's break this word down, autotrophs. Auto means self. Think about like an automobile. The first time they had a car come off an assembly line, they went, oh my God, what do we call it? Because what did they use instead of motors before they had automobiles, before they had cars? What did they use? There you go, Jaden, you said it, horse. And he's putting that in the chat. Yeah, horse. So they were so shocked that this transportation device did not have a horse pulling it or pushing it or dragging it. And they were like, what in the heck? We'll call it an automobile. you're mobile by yourself. So auto means self, troph means feeding. So the cool thing about plants, they feed themselves. They do not eat anything else. They only convert light into chemical energy. So that's where this word comes from, autotroph. To troph is, you can think, you feed in a feed trough, like you put things in a feed trough. So self-feeding. If I wanted to break this down really, and I wanted to come up with a really easy definition, autotroph just means self-feeding. I'm feeding myself. Plants are what we call photoautotrophs, but they're using light to feed themselves. So light, self-feeding. If you really want to take a look at how that would work. And you can see here, you've got these plants, there's light coming from the sun, and they're taking the water that's in the soil and the carbon dioxide that's in the air, and they're making organic molecules. They're making food. So everyone eats organic molecules. Delicious. That's photoautotroph. So light, photo means light, auto means self, and troph means feeding. So light, self, feeding. Pretty cool stuff, really. I think it is. Here's some examples of it. So when you walk around today, you can look at autotrophs. They're pretty cool. They're plants, but they're not just plants. There's also some protists that you can notice something about them. What color do they tend to be? Really two colors. Plants tend to be two colors. Drop it in the chat or say. God. And don't hold it to yourself. Give it to everybody. There you go. They tend to be green and blue. There are some yellow ones too, but blue and green tend to be the big biggies. There's some weird autotrophs that don't use green light. Use green light, and the rest of it's reflected. They actually reflect green. By the way, you've never seen me before. You've never seen anybody else. You've only seen light reflected from them. So green light is not used by plants. They reflect it. They absorb blue and red. But some plants like this one, or this is not a plant, but it's bacteria, they actually use green light and they reflect the blue light. So it's kind of weird. Kind of cool though, if you really want to think about it. I think it's fantastic. So am I a heterotroph? So let's see. Is Mr. Pope, is Emma, is Lopez, is Palacios, is Zion, is Kennedy, whoever is in here, are you a heterotroph? Well, let's see. Different feeding. So remember, hetero means different. Homo means the same. Auto means self. Hetero would be different feeding. So different. So that we eat or other organic material from other organisms. You basically, do we eat dead things? Do we eat things? Now, I guess you could eat something that's alive, but I don't tend to eat things that are living very often. Maybe I eat some plants that haven't quite died yet, but their roots have been cut off. But generally, we're going to be eating dead things. So let's take a look and see. Another way of saying this, instead of producers, we would say we're consumers. We're taking food that's already been grown and already been converted, and then we're converting chemical to chemical. So this would be an example here. This is a beautiful example. Yes. Emma says, I'm not a plant, so she's a heterotroph, yes. And so this is going to be taking chemical energy and converting it into chemical energy. Homer's made of chemicals, and he's eating chemicals. So you're going from chemical energy to chemical energy. Photoautotrophs or autotrophs are going from light energy to chemical energy. These guys are just going chemical to chemical, or us. That's what we do. We go from chemical to chemical. It's not as cool. We're not too cool. Again, we're going to look at the word convert, and we're doing photosynthesis, synthesize. What does the word synthesis mean? What does synthesis mean? What does that mean? Synthesis. Not photosynthesis, but just synthesis. What does synthesis mean? What's a good synonym for synthesis? Drop it in the chat and let's see what you guys get. I disagree with you, Jaden. I disagree with you. Process. Okay, that's getting a little closer. Process that does what? To synthesize something. Boom, got it. Zion, you got it. That is it. The process of making. So we're making with light. Light making. So we're making something with light. In this case, we're making chemical energy we're converting with this process to take light to go into chemical energy. And so I've got this nice little image here. You've got light, we've got carbon dioxide, I've got water. I really want you guys to pay attention to the arrows. You're gonna have to read diagrams today. Arrow, arrow, and I've got arrow, arrow coming out. So 2 arrows going in and 2 arrows coming out. The process is going on right here. The products are coming out here. The substrates, just like when we were looking earlier for enzymes, are going into substrates and products out. And this is going to make, not make, but synthesize or convert. Again, we're converting, not really, can't really say we're making from scratch. You're converting something that's already there. These substances are already here. We're just turning them into these. We're turning them from inorganic to organic substances. This is where it's occurring. And obviously, I think most of you guys get this, that it happens in the leaves. Somebody chatted that to me. Yes, the location for photosynthesis is in the leaves. If they were in the roots, it wouldn't work. The roots are underground. There's no light there. The stems have bark. And so leaves are where this is going to happen. Unless you are a cactus, and then a cactus, they actually use their stems for photosynthesis as well. But we're not. These, most of the time for plants, it's going to be in the leaves. Again, you see CO2 going in, you see oxygen going out, water's coming in from the roots, so it's going to be coming into this vein. But these are in my chloroplasts. My little chloroplasts are in there. You see these little bitty dots in these cells, little bitty green dots. That's where all the action takes place. So we're going to look at that action. This is my chloroplast. And so again, chloroplasts, what are they? Well, they're organelles. They're not cells. They're the part of the cell where photosynthesis occurs. And so you can see here, this plant has a bunch of them, probably about 20. And I'll take one of these and blow it up. And you'll see it's pretty cool. They actually have 3 membranes. They've got an outer membrane, inner membrane, and then they've got these little membranes that are inside. They've got all these little things called thylakoids. And that's where the action is mostly taking place. In these stacks of granum called thylakoids. And you don't really need to know that much about this at your grade level. You just really need to know what a chloroplast is, where this occurs. So a chloroplast is an organelle where this occurs. And most of you guys actually had, some of you guys put that in the things that you already knew. And again, I kind of expected that because we saw that at the beginning of the year, you guys did really well on this. This ought to be pretty easy. This might be a little bit. So photosynthesis, we're going to put a little numbers in it. So I want you to take a look at this. And when you're looking, which side seems to be more organized? The left side where my substrates are, and the left, and then how you know if it's left or right is the arrow. This means reaction. This means that there's something happening, a reaction. So 1, 2, 3 on the left, and then 2 products on the right. Which side looks more organized? And just drop in the chat, left or right side. Which side of this equation looks more organized? The left side or the right side? The left side looks more organized, okay? Keep it up. Maybe there'll be somebody that disagrees with you guys. Sometimes when one person says something, everybody goes, yep, I'm going to go with what they say. And then you get some brave souls that say something different. We're starting to see some differences. So we got left and right. So let's have a bit of an argument. Lopez, how much time do I have?
$11 minutes.
All right, pause it for a second. Let me see here. I'm going to get some people to argue. So we got some arguments. So some people say right, some people say left. So let's take Williams. And let's hear what Naya Williams, why do you think that the right side is more organized?
I said the right side is more.
Oh, you got to speak up, kid. Speak up.
I said the right side is more organized because.
Why do you say that?
Because all the arrow points towards the right, which means that's like the finished solution. While everything on the left is like the reactants, like what's going together.
Okay, you're right about that. These are my left. The left side is my reactants or my substrates, and what comes out are my products. But sometimes you break things down. How many molecules do you see on the right side? How many different molecules are over here? Let's see what you say about that. How many molecules do you see on the right side? How many different molecules do you see? Yes, in total. Some people are asking in total, how many molecules on the right side? And I'm still on you, William. So how many molecules do you see here with the right side? You don't know. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to show you how to break this down. So do you see a number in front of this carbon? Is there a number ahead of this molecule? Is there a number there? Yes or no? No, thank you, Williams. There's not. So anytime, like even in math, if you have x, you can have 2x or 3x, but if you don't see a number in front of it, what do you assume the number is in math? What do you assume? There you go. Good kiddo. That's right. You assume that's a 1. So this is one single molecule. This is just glucose. This is one carbohydrate. Now, oxygen, O2, is actually 2 oxygens together, but you've got 6 O2s. Well, you can do 6 times 2, and there's actually 12 oxygens. These are molecules. They're bonded together. So I've got 1 plus 6. That is 7. So let me go to somebody who thought the left side was more organized. I've got 7 molecules on the right. That's somebody who said left. Let's go to Clarissa. Oh, you said the left side. How many molecules do we have on the left side using that same logic, Clarissa? Using that same method I just showed her, how many molecules are on the left side? Nope. I see several people, but I'm waiting for Clarissa. I wonder what Clarissa has to say. How many molecules are on the left side? And if other people want to drop it in the chat, keep it private. Oh, you're close, Clarissa. So let's see. Can you come on your mic? Is your audio good enough that I can hear you?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. God, you sound like a champion. All right, so great. So you said 6. Why do you say 6?
Because I see 2 number 2s, and then I remember you said that if there's no number, we just assume it's 1.
Mm-hmm. But there is a number ahead of this. So there's CO2. CO2 is one molecule, but how many CO2s do I have?
6.
Okay, how many? Oh yeah, now you see. How many waters do I have?
12.
No, there's 12 hydrogens, but hydrogen and water together make water. So how many waters do I have? Not how many hydrogens do I have, but how many waters do I have?
6.
So yeah, you got it. So what's 6 plus 6?
12.
That's right. So I'm going from 12 to 7. The same amount of matters on both sides. If we count all these up, then we still have the same amount of matter. In fact, I'll do it just with the carbon. So 6, and there's no number here. So 6 carbons. Over here, how many carbons do I have? Oh, I've got 6 carbons right here. Let's look at the oxygen. 6 times 2 for oxygen. 6 times 2, that's 12 oxygens. 6 times 1, there's no number here. So 6 times 1, that's 6. So that's 18 oxygens. Let's look over here. 6 oxygens. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 6. That's 18 oxygens over here. They're the same amount of matter, but the right side is more organized. I've got 7 molecules, and over here I've got 12 molecules. So I'm taking this matter and I'm organizing it. I'm synthesizing it into something more organized. Plants have to take matter and pull it together and make it solid. So that you can see them. They grow out of basically the thin air, literally the air, the CO2 is what they're mostly made of. It's pretty fantastic, really. So this is photosynthesis in an equation. Let's break this equation down even further. There's 2 processes that do this. You don't have to memorize this. Don't worry about that. Let's just take a look at it. This is the chloroplast. And what's going into it. We just saw the equation. We got water going in. We've got carbon dioxide. Oh, you can start the time again, Lopez. I'll probably be done in just about 4 minutes. Water, CO2 going in. Watch the arrows. The arrows mean everything. Light going in, water going in, CO2 going in, and then sugar. Whoa, sugar coming out, and then oxygen coming out. So we've got water and carbon dioxide going in, and sugar and water coming out of this. And then I've got this light is going to cause this reaction. And when it gets dark outside, this all stops. At night, plants don't sleep, but this stops. And then in the morning, when the sun comes up, all this action starts over. At your grade level, you don't have to worry about all this going on in here. Just worry about what's going on outside, just what's going on outside. So let's look at it in detail again. So substrates and reactants, that's on the left. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 plus 6 is 7. And what's causing this? What's the catalyst for this? What's driving this? What's allowing this to occur is the light energy. You take that light and you're organizing this into something else. So when you breathe out CO2, and then later on you eat somebody's breath. Quite literally, not figuratively. Everything, every piece of sugar you've ever eaten in your entire life, at some point was some organism's breath. So you eat breath. And in fact, you actually do. Honestly, you actually do. It's pretty cool to think about. Okay, so again, which side's more organized? Drop it on the substrates or the products. Drop it in there. Drop it in the chat. Which side's more organized? The products or the substrates? Drop it in the chat. And there are 25 of you, so I'm looking for 25 answers. Drop it in the chat. Substrates or products? Hurry, hurry, hurry. There's 10. Oh, y'all are chatting it to everybody. Oh, crud, I meant for you to do it privately. Yeah, you're right. It is the products. Good job, Garcia. Good job, Lopez. Good job, Mario. Good job, Peyton. Yes, it's the products. The products are more organized. The products, yay. So let's compare it to this, and this is what you're about to do. So now I've got my model. This is a model. It's not an actual chloroplast. It's a model of a chloroplast. Let's see if we can find all the parts. So I've got light. I see it here, and I see the arrow going in. So here's my light, here's the arrow going in. CO2, there's my CO2, it's going in. Here's my water, there's that arrow, it's going in. It's going in. What's coming out are my products. That's my oxygen. There it is. We breathe this. Nice. And then my sugar's coming out, and this is my glucose. It's coming out. There's that arrow. So this arrow, this is going in. This is coming out, so you can see the arrows here going in, and this is coming out. And you're about to do this yourself. And it's really not hard to do. So let's look at it on a big scale. So where do these substrates originate, and where do the products go? Well, the oxygen, when we release it, goes into the atmosphere. Obviously, the sun is coming in, but it's a catalyst. The glucose, that's going to stay with the plant. Why would the plant want to keep the glucose? What would a plant do with glucose? Why do they need it? Why convert light energy to chemical energy? What do plants need to do with it? What are some things that plants do? Just take a guess. Oh, I got one. Food source. So what do you do with food? Long-term energy. They eat it. There you go. So I got lots of you guys sending me private messages that they eat it. And they do. They break it down in themselves and they use it to grow. They've got to grow and they got to have energy to do that. So they just do it. So my carbon dioxide comes in the atmosphere. The one misconception that my kids will constantly make is this. They think water is going into the leaves. It is going into the leaves, but it gets absorbed by the roots. Don't get tricked by that. The water is coming from the ground. When it rains, they absorb it through the roots. All right, I'm going to show you where to do this. You didn't get a chance to tell me to shut up. Lopez, how much time do we have left? How much time did I have?
6 minutes.
Oh, crud. I wanted you to, do you want to say it anyway, just to say it, or you want to, how you feel about that?
I'm not sure.
It's okay. If you feel comfortable later, you can just blurt it out while you're doing it in a minute. Shut up, Mr. Poe. So let me show you where you can find your work today. So we're going to go back to the lesson. This is where, or at least the materials. And I've got some things. So this is for you to reference. So what I just posted, you got access to that as well. And then I'm going to give you an example on how to perform this. And you're going to do this on your own. Now, I'm going to let you guys vote this time. Because some people say they don't like the breakouts and others say they do like the breakouts. We'll let you guys vote. But first, let me show you how to do this. So you're going to open this. And this is mine. It looks just like yours. So and I'll always open with this little box over here. So I'll open this little box and you can see just my name on it. You're not on here, just me. And I've got some options. So here's my formula. So I've got this information here these are my word bank, so to speak. I've got a word bank here, but I can't copy and paste this. Don't copy and paste it. What you're going to do is, let's say I want to put this over here. I'm going to make a mistake. So somebody give me a mistake. What is a reactant? But it's not really a reactant. Make me make a mistake. Drop it in. Actually, I don't want to drop it. I want to ask somebody. Elijah Moon. So Elijah, what is something over here that would be a mistake? If I put it in here, that would be incorrect for a reactant. What would be incorrect to put over here?
You said something to be incorrect for what?
Yeah, for the reactant side. This is my reactant side. 1, 2, 3 reactants, and then I got 2 products. So what is a product that if I put over here, would be incorrect?
Light energy?
Yeah, well, no, light energy belongs over here. Plants don't produce light; they use light.
Oh.
Lights would be over here. But let's say where do you think light energy goes? Let's change the question. Where do you think light energy goes? Here, here, or here? At least on the formula I showed you.
The third one.
The third one. Okay, and that's a reactant. Remember, it's on the left side. It's the left side of the arrow. So if I want to put that in there, you got to double click it. I'm going to do that again. Hold on, let me get you guys out of the way. I'm double clicking. I know you can't see me double click, but trust me, you have to double click. Double click, 1, 2, and then you can type in there, light energy. You click on it and you apply. Then save and close. You did it. Yay. You got to do the same thing for my model. Now, these are the only choices that you have. The only choices you have. And you've got to complete this model. And then I've got a couple of questions, 2 prompts. And the last thing is, I thought I had it. The last thing, it's on yours. You'll see. You got to give me a photosynthesis joke. So I want you to find a photosynthesis joke and tell me a photosynthesis joke. And you're going to have 20 minutes to do this, which is plenty of time. Now, before we start, I want to take any questions that you have, and then we're going to break out. So got a couple of messages in the chat. Okay. It's mostly people saying they won't breakout rooms. So I'll take votes. See a break it. Send it to me privately. Breakout rooms or individual? Breakout rooms or individual? It's clear. Breakout rooms wins. Now, if you don't want to participate when you get there, I guess you could be a stalwart, be a punk, but you don't want to do that. You want to be nice to people. We want to be nice to people. We want to be sweet to people. We want to work with people. So I'm going to give you a breakout room real quick. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to make the breakout rooms a little smaller this time. And then I'm going to jump in and help you. And I'm going to go in there and look at your documents. Now, this is actually for a grade. I'm taking a grade. This is like a quiz grade. This is something that you can get help on. You can get it done in 23 minutes. Easy. All right, you guys ready? Boss. I like this class, man. This is a good group of kids. They are super sweet. like these kids a lot. All right, Cortland, I want you to open that document there on the, and that's particular to you, and you don't, you're saying you do not have a, you don't have a Uplift email? Okay, open the document and then text me your actual email and request permission, and I'll give you permission with your other email. I'll try anyway. Let's see if we can try.
What document? I was
You-
listening.
I'm sorry?
What document? I wasn't listening.
Oh, well, crud, that's your job to listen, dude. All right, look, all right, so you're gonna, you know how to get on Schoology, obviously, you got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when you get there, I'm gonna walk you from the beginning. So let's go to the very beginning of your class, MYP 4. Then you're gonna go to class content, right here, it says class content. And you're in the best class, period, dude. This is the awesome period. And then you come over to month of October, unit 2. And then you're going to go to photosynthesis. That is October the 26th. October the 26th, photosynthesis. And then you'll click on this. And then you're going to see this right here. This is you. There's a document specifically for you. Watch, I'll click on it. I'll show you. Let's go to in progress. There's a lot of kids that are in here. Let's see. Where's Cortland? Cortland, what's your last name, young?
Hayes.
Hayes. There it is. Cortland Hayes. Look at that guy right there. So you click on that. And it says Cortland has not opened this document. When you get in there, request permission and send me your email address. Send me your email address. And I think that you're logged in with, and I will try to give you permission. But you need to do it. So I need you to do it now so I can move on to another group and see if they need help. What are you eating anyway?
Grapes.
Man, you gotta eat with your mouth closed, man. I hear you smacking over there. That's just terrible. Can you open a document and use it? See if you can type in it.
I can do it.
You
All right.
can't.
Uh-huh.
You cannot. All right. So here we go. Let's see if I can connect.
Can I type?
All right. So let's see. Share. And I'm gonna see if I can. Cortland Hayes, look at you, man. You are an editor now. You should be able to use it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okie doke. So how is group 2 doing? Hello, group 2. Well, let's just see how fine you guys are. So let's see how fine you guys are. So who is in this group? I've got Palacio, Zion, Lennon, and Venegas. Oh man, you guys are super people, right? So let's just go to Palacios first. Palacio, let's just take a look at your document. How are you doing over here?
I can't edit.
You can't what?
Edit?
You can't edit?
Yeah, I double clicked and it's not letting me edit.
Are you logged into your Google account? I mean you're to Uplift?
Yes.
All right, well, I am. Okay, doke. Now you should. Okay, hold on a second. Looks like there's more people having trouble here. So let me see if I can go back to the original. it back over here, copy. Holy crud, there's somebody in here working on mine. Why is Emma Woodley working on mine, man? Why are you working on mine, Emma? The heck? I don't know why. Okay, let me go back. Everybody should be able to work on it. See if you can do it now, kid. Can you work on it now? Process.
No.
You should be able to use it. Yeah, you're on it now. You should be able to amend it. You just click on it. You got to double click on the box you want to add to, and then write in what you want to do. Write in what you want to do. Yeah, you're an editor.
Yeah, it's still not letting me. I'm double clicking.
Yeah, you have to double click it. Let's check somebody else in here. I've got Venegas in here. Let's check out Venegas. How's Venegas doing? Venegas, what's up with you? Are you able to get in there and edit this or what? Yeah, you got to double click. You got to double click it. You got to double click it and then write in what you want to write. There you go. There you go. Now you're sitting on. Now you're doing it. There you go.
But it's not letting me. I don't know why.
You got to double click it with your left part of your mouse, not the right mouse, but the left side. And I'm going to bounce into another group, check on them, and come back and check you out in just a second. But I got to keep looking at other people.
I still can't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
What? How is that possible?
I'm clicking on every single box and I still can't edit.
Are you double clicking? Click, click. Not one click, but two.
Right now, double.
And since you're an editor, you can also give permission to another one of your group members and direct them what to put where and share your screen in this. That might be the way you have to do that.
I got it.
You got it? All right, you got it. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Freaking me out. What in the heck? All right, let's jump to another room. Let's see who else is around. The most beautiful people in the world are in there. Good morning, beautiful people. What do you guys got? Let's check on you guys and see what your progress looks like. So I've got Jaden, Brusino, Gafor, and Sosa. So let's go over here to Brusino. Brusino. Ooh, Brusino. Box thing. Brusino. La 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 la, Brusino. So, oh, Brusino, you haven't opened the document yet. You're losing time, kid. Do you not know how to get to this? I can't see that you have. It says right here, look on, I'm on it right now. Are you on yours or are you on, you got to pay attention to where you went. You might be on my document, on the teacher-led document. Let's see if you're there. Hope that's not where you are. God bless, somebody's over here. Emma is like what is Emma doing over here? Child scares me. All right, hold on a second. Let me go over here. Let's try this again. Mela Brusino. Oh, yeah, you're on there. Gotcha. Now let's see how you're doing. Oh, you're killing it. Looks like you're killing it. What? Now this is where you got to start putting your thinking cap on over here. And then let's see if we can get to these questions. And I can't wait to see what joke you guys get. I hope somebody can give me a joke. You guys got about 6 minutes. You guys should be talking to each other too. Don't be a bump on a log. Talk to one another. You don't get to see each other in person. May as well talk to each other virtually. Good morning, beautiful people. Let's see, who do we have? In this group, I've got, let's go to Mario. Let's see what Mario is up to. Let's go to Mario. Mario, let's go to the lesson. Make sure that I'm sharing the right thing. So let's go to Mario. J, there he is. Mario, you haven't opened the document yet, dude. You're losing out. You're losing out big time. You need to open this document. Let me go to, you can't do it. So Kennedy, you're in here? You're in this group? So let me go to Kennedy. So let's go to King Morgan. Let's go to King, oh, there's King Morgan. So let's see if we can't help you. All right, so if I open this document, I come over here and I'm open it large. I don't know if you can still see this. Can you see your document I'm projecting, Kennedy? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, okay. So what you have to do here is if you want to make a change in this box, you got to double click it with the left side of the mouse. So in this case, click, and it opens right here. And then what word do you want me to write in here? What was the thing you'd want me to put on the left side? Give me a reactant. Oh, you're saying that you can't edit it. Well, you should be able to edit it. Let me look. You should be able to edit it just fine. Okay, so 6CO2. Watch what I do. I'm going to double click, click, and then I'm going to write 6CO2. Save and close. And then you can see it appears. Try that on this next one. Let me see you do it on this next box right here. This one, you got 6CO2. Click on this one. On the one just to the right of it. Double click with the left mouse, on the mouse, clicking on the left side. And you really want to expand the document. You want the document expanded. So that may be a problem that somebody has. So don't try to write on it when it's in here. Click the open button where it completely opens. And I can see you on the document. I mean, you have access to the document right there. And if I want to go to share editor, you are an editor. You should be able to write as much as you want on it. But you need to go over to the right. You need to expand the window completely wide open. Well, look and see if there's anybody else.
Can I close it and come back?
Sure, close and come back. Let's see who else is in this group. That may be, let's check them out. Let's see how EPS is doing. So EPS, let's go to EPS. Looks like EPS is on top of it, but EPS, you got a lot more to go. You got the first part, now you get almost done, and then you got to worry about the second part down here. You got to get the diagram down here. And we only have, I'm going to come back in 3 minutes to the room for everybody. See how everybody's doing. I'm going to go check on another room real quick. Hello, beautiful people. Let's see. Let's go to Van Zant. See how Van Zant is doing. Oh, my. Go check this. Okay, let's go check on you guys. So I have transient here. All right, so you got, ooh, man, you're on top of it. You got something wrong down here. I think you need to worry about which side is which. Worry about which side is right. Which side is right. And when I talk about position, let's number them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's put a number. And I can't wait to see what joke you give me, Van Zandt. I want to hear a good joke. I don't want this mediocre jokes. I want some good jokes. You know? None of this mediocre jokes.
What was the whole point?
Took me a while to get here, but I finally got here. Let's check out, I think Giselle's in this one, right? Ramirez?
Yes.
All right, let's check out Ramirez. Ramirez. Oh my God, Ramirez, we haven't written squat in here.
I made my own copy. I didn't know I had one.
Yeah, use this one, kid, because I got to check it later. I'm going to check these tonight, man. I'm going to check these literally for a great. What, Ramirez? I was wanting to read this, man. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna kill the breakout room. You heard that? That was all the time we had. I barely got to group 7. Man. All right. Well, so I'm gonna bring you guys back. Okie dokie, Finokies. Let's see what we got. So I need to know, has anybody done and got all the way down to the my stuff is tripping out. It's all right. You got till midnight to finish this. Does anybody, including the joke, they actually have a joke too, so we can look and see what their joke is? The whole document is done, including the joke. Okay, so I've got 3. I got, oh shoot, looks like there's 5. Okay, there's a bunch. Ethan was first person who said something, so let's go to Ethan. Ethan, is it a good joke? I don't want anything kind of mediocre stuff. It better be good. Palacio says, no, your joke sucks. Palacio just said that. She just literally chatted me privately and says, Ethan's joke is going to be terrible. I'm kidding. She didn't say that, but it's kind of funny that she would have tried. Okay, so let's take a look at what your joke is. Ethan, go forward. First, let's just check your answers. CO2, 6 CO2, 6 waters, light energy, carbon molecule here, which is going to be glucose, and then oxygen. Excellent. I like it. I might would have changed this and given it and put the 2 next to the O and separate. Whoa, I freaked it out. Put a space between my oxygen and my 6. So 6 O2s. So you got light, water going into the correct location, CO2 going into the second position, sugar coming out on this side, water going out over here on the left side, because it's coming out of the light dependent reactions. What's so cool is that light actually splits water. It splits it. Takes that hydrogen and kicks it over here onto this carbon dioxide to make sugar. It's awesome. There's that hydrogen right there. And then position is at the beginning. I would, and for you guys, some people were putting numbers, and I like the numbers. You put at the beginning, so let's just consider it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you said beginning or start or number 1, I would take that as an answer. But I really want to get down with a joke. What is it called when you take pictures of plants? Photosynthesis? I guess it is. I guess it's technically true. You're synthesizing, you're making a photo with light. I mean, that's what we call lights. I mean, that's what we call it a photograph. You're making a graph out of light. It's a photograph. It's a picture. I guess that's true. Still, let's see. You guys give that on that joke. Rate it from a 1 to a 5. 5 being awesome, 1 being terrible. His joke. Somebody's. Somebody just rode your joke big time. They said it was 5 divided by 500. So you talk about a fraction. Whew. Plossos loved it. Van Zant gives it a thumbs down. Oh man, so we'll see what jokes you guys have on there. I'm gonna need a joke at the end of this after I read 84 of these tonight. But you do have until midnight. I'll start reading them probably around 8 o'clock and start entering grades around then because I got to eat dinner at some point in my life. All right, I will see you guys later. Deuces.